You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today's Wednesday, the 11th of June 2025, and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I was actually going to do this from Madrid airport, but it turned out that if you left the aircraft, you basically could only get back on again not long before the customers returned. And there'd be nowhere to sit, and before the customers came. So I kind of decided just to stay on the plane, and I slept so badly last night, not quite sure why, but I slept absolutely atrociously last night. So I just dozed on the plane. We had a couple of difficult instances to deal with that I can't talk about, but yeah, it wasn't my favourite day at work, but hey, it happens from time to time. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about briefly tomorrow. So I'm flying to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, which I've never been to, but never been to the country before. We fly to Jeddah and Riyadh, I think, are the two sort of destinations we fly there. And weirdly, I've never been to either before, so it's my first time in Saudi Arabia. But the interesting thing, as I've mentioned before, possibly, is that I'm not actually working out. So we're flying out on an aeroplane that needs 8 crew. We're flying back on an aeroplane that needs, I'm so tired, I'm talking drivel. So we're flying there on an aircraft that requires 8 crew, but we're flying back on an aircraft that requires 10. And I'm one of the lucky 2 that gets to, it's what we call position. So they basically fly us as passengers to the correct place so we can work home. Sometimes it works, if you're really lucky, it works the other way around. You get flown somewhere and then position home. But either way, it's okay. But what I can't decide is how to play tomorrow. So when you position, there is a tiny chance that you will be needed to work. I mean, I can't imagine what scenario that would happen in. But we don't even have to be at the airport till 8:50. And it takes off an hour and a half, an hour 40 after that. So I think it takes off at 10:30. So it's one of the last flights out of Heathrow. Certainly one of the last flights of my airline out of Heathrow. So if I was definitely not working, I would get up as normal tomorrow. I would drive to work, and then when I get onto the plane, I would have a doze. But because of the tiny chance I could end up working, that would end up being a very, very long day. So I haven't quite worked out how to play tomorrow. I'm going to sneeze in a minute as well, which is annoying. So my thoughts are, I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, God. Excuse me. Right. So my thoughts are to go to bed soon, as soon as I've uploaded this, basically, because I'm absolutely exhausted. And I'm going to sneeze again. I don't think I've ever sneezed on the podcast before. Excuse me. Yeah, go to bed soon, sleep, and then wake up tomorrow morning whenever I wake up. And there's a side of me that would like to try and do a small session to attempt to sign off chapter 26. Do a bit of writing, yeah, excuse me, sneezing again. They normally come in multiples of 3, so either that's it or there's another 3, just to let you know. What was I saying? Get up tomorrow morning when I wake up and do try and sign off chapter 26. Oh, God. Oh, good grief. Yeah, try and sign off chapter 26. But then, so get up about 8 o'clock and then stay in bed, go back to bed at about lunchtime and get up again at 5. Excuse me, I'm going to call this the Sneezecast, I think. Well, there we go, you'll see if I did or not. Oh, God, that's completely lost my train of thought now. Yeah, try and finish chapter 26 tomorrow. And then if I do end up, then go for a doze again. so that if I do end up working, I won't have been awake all day. I've completely lost count of how many that is now. So it might be a multiple of 3. It might be 7. I really don't know. I'm thinking, have a few hours doze tomorrow, and then drive in. So if I can get chapter 26 signed off, and then what I'll probably do on the aeroplane, if I've managed to rest during the day, then I'm not going to be that tired for the flight. So maybe and it's not a long flight. It's only about 6 hours 15 in the air. Then I could maybe do a bit of work on 27, 28, some of the later chapters, see if I can... I won't get them signed off, but I can get the screen read-throughs done on as many as I can, basically. Ready for sign-off sessions, either en route when I'm actually in the hotel, or possibly even just when I'm back afterwards. So that's kind of my plan. I'm sorry that I sneezed so many times. That's hilarious. And it is actually 20 minutes to midnight now because I was unable to record the podcast at the airport. This is a very late one, so most people will probably listen to it tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for listening. I'll be back, hopefully, if everything goes planned, from Jeddah in... Oh, no, it won't be, because I've got to record one tomorrow before I leave. So it'll be from here tomorrow, hopefully Jeddah the day after that. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.